Welcome to the round of Illinois here at the Gateway Speedway, or here at the Gateway International Raceway. Gateway is, of course, a 1.25 mile speedway that really has kind of a personality of a short track because it's flat and kind of have to watch your lines around here or else you'll end up in the wall. A lot of news items coming up when dealing with some of the cars that will not be starting in a very good position. First off, James Shelley got suspended for the round of Illinois, and replacing him will be Andrew Brighton, who will be driving for KIR next season. So the drivers of Jake Baskinger, DJ Curtis, Vincent Allen, Brighton, Saarinen, Ryusu, Galligan, Thaber, and Chris Washer will all be starting at the rear of the grid for this race in particular, simply because of the misconduct at Lime Rock. They didn't like some of the way that some of the cars merged and caused wrecks in the cases of RL Ryusu and I believe Thaber was another one that merged pretty bad, and Washer got into a pretty silly merge there as well. A couple other things to note. Kyle Schock got injured in the brawl with he somehow got involved and got injured in the brawl between Red Bull and Kathnex from last week. And, well, Schock Jr. has some broken ribs and won't be starting this race, and apparently not the rest of the season, because Ryan Griffin, who was supposed to fill in for Alan Cavagnaro, got a Pure Michigan ride, which is pretty much the team he'll be racing with next season. Pure Michigan, or at least the Silver Sport team, which is pretty much Pure Michigan. And Alan Cavagnaro, as part of a draft Cavagnaro replacement campaign for Kathnex, is going to retain his own car for the rest of the season in the 28 cars. So, Cavagnaro, who's supposed to have his final race of the year at the round of Lime Rock in Connecticut, will be back for for a couple more races this season. There are, I believe, 5 races left, because after this we go to Calder, then we go to Calder Park in Australia, then California, followed by Talladega and Washington, D.C. So, without further ado, let's get on to the round of Illinois. Ike Durbin will lead the field to the green flag here at Gateway. Very flat track this is going to be, and I think it'll be a pretty good one. Looks like Angel got a great start there, but the inside line is paramount around here. The outside really doesn't work that well. Oh, looks like Ryan Griffin further back in the 98 car got into the wall. Ryan Griffin hard into the wall there. Here it comes. Back on the inside now goes Lamas up the inside, so mark him up a couple of positions. But this could be a big race for some of these championship contenders, such as Nathan McCain and I'm looking at Charlie Fabrosis, and Angel's been on a bit of a tear. I'm not sure how far back he is, because a lot of the major championship contenders, Vincent Allen, DJ Curtis, they're way down the order here. Actually, DJ Curtis has gotten up a little farther. It's Baskinger also is another driver that is a major championship contender that he is not doing very well. Or he was fast in practice. All 3 of them the majority of the cars that were sent to the back were fast in practice and in qualifying for that matter, but since they were sent to the back, that kind of hurts them. But Ike Durbin leads this race so far as a little further back here. Tyler Thaber was another car that was really quick in practice and got sent to the back due to pit road shenanigans. But Ike Durbin continues to lead. Caution 1 would come out on lap number 3 as Ryan Griffin looked like needed to pit because he had a tire going down in the 98 car, and comes right across Casey Lester's nose. And then a little further back you see the 97 will get collected in it as well. That's Matt Duncan. And Vincent Allen and Andrew Brighton get collected, and I think I saw another car go streaming up there, maybe not. But right now, those 3 cars, or those 4 cars for that matter, 5 cars, whoops, keep adding the car count, it looks like, would get damage from that, which Vincent Allen I don't believe he's a championship contender anymore, or I don't believe he ever was, really. But, technically, mathematically, they still are, but realistically, no. Obviously, Brighton isn't, because this is his first start. So not the way that you want to start off your ARCSOA career there, Andrew. Tough break for you. On board with Vincent Allen now as they're rocketing down the back straight here. You can see the wreck happen in front there, and, well, looks like Vincent Allen actually would start losing it and get forced up there. Oh, Saarinen got a piece there as well. Saarinen still is a championship contender. He's got some work to do, but he's a championship contender. On board Matt Duncan's car now, and this is going to be an interesting shot. With the way Subaru's performing, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a good run next season. However, just nowhere to go. Matt Duncan is expected to lead Subaru and pick up maybe an ARCSOA America ride alongside Nick Mason's 76 car for AMP Energy. The AMP Energy on the car, so that'll be an interesting thing. The other Subaru driver now is the leading rumor might be Christian Vander Pesch, who won on debut but hasn't done pretty much anything else, and we still don't know if he's going to open wheel racing or not. During the pit stop cycle, Ferrari got supposedly supposed to be retired driver Alan Cavagnaro out into the lead, so Cavagnaro currently leads here at Gateway, and it looks like Sean Angel's been really aggressive on these starts as he tried diving underneath Durbin that time. Looks like Durbin's been sliding around. Oh, Cavagnaro's got a problem! Big problem for Alan Cavagnaro. That is not good for him. Seems like the field, for the most part, is doing a good job getting by him. That car just died on him. That might be a caution, actually, as Charlie Fabrosis gets a pretty big lead there. Cavagnaro does get it down to the access road and out of everybody's way, but that's a tough break for him. It looks like Ike Durbin's got a problem, too. Yeah, Ike Durbin's on pit road. Ike Durbin would have a two-tire pit stop, so that means he had a right-side tire going down there, and that is going to hurt him massively there. Cavagnaro's going to get going again, but looked like there was a fuel pickup problem. It looks like Sean Angel's trying to hold off Nick Mace. Nick Mace is the only real contender now for the championship. He's going to run, or for the part-time championship, other than Kenny Myatt. He's going to run Talladega, and he needs a good run at both of them. And look at Roman Rahal back there, battling for a top 5 with Charles Sanford. Cooper Siron also is a major championship contender, but there's Noah Hart. He's third in the championship, and he has the most to gain this weekend as well, because DJ Curtis is in the back, and James Shelley's not going to be here or next weekend at Calder Park. So Noah Hart is going to need to make the most out of both drivers' misfortune. DJ Curtis and Jake Baskinger now, though, they are working their way up the order here. They're up into 14th and 13th right now. So you're starting to see DJ Curtis in 12 laps has made it all the way from 40, I'd say about 37th, 38th position, maybe up to 35th, somewhere in there, all the way up to 14th. So you're starting to see what some of these drivers are going to do to try and win this championship or stay in contention. We have a feeling that there will be a lot more cars that are going to get eliminated as each race goes on, naturally through points, and you cannot have a bad weekend. I mean, it's coming down to the wire now. You can't have a bad weekend. That's going to be really chaotic, especially with two large super speedways to end the season at Talladega. Talladega's final race of the its ARCSOA career. And you've ended at the new Washington, D.C. circuit, which is they constructed mainly to get the race back, and it's a nice facility, but top speeds around there are going to be absolutely insane. Charlie Fabrosis, a main championship contender now, is taking a rather massive lead right now. He is having a good run here. A little further back, though, you've got Sean Angel, who I don't know if he's still in championship contention, and you got Nathan McCain as well. Discover Ohio's been very strong on this track, which is kind of surprising because they weren't very strong at similar tracks like Ohio Motor Speedway. Or this is pretty much a flat, short Darlington is what this is. So kind of surprising to see Discover Ohio doing well here. Alan Cavagnaro continuing to have struggles with that car. He is getting some fuel pickup problems. Every once in a while, the car will die out on him, but he is faster than, let's say, this looks like Tyson coming up, and he's going to lap Tyson with ease. But Cavagnaro is struggling with the 28 car. Sean Galligan is also a major championship contender, and he's got to be careful as well because he might be Katnick's only hope, because if James Shelley is going to get pretty much 2 DNFs for the next 2 races, and so he'll be probably somewhere, he won't be anything more than 100 points down, but his teammate's going to have to do a lot to get back into the championship fight. Galligan now, he was a little further behind his teammate, but James Shelley, but he needs to prove that he can perform on these kinds of situations. Galligan does. And we got problems for Nicolas Vernier. His car was overheating, and it looks like he's going to be falling out. They're going to work on it in the pit box, but it doesn't look good for Nicolas Vernier. Tough break for him. This has got to be making Silver Sport team principal next year and Pure Michigan team principal now. Gerald Silver looking really happy to see Nick Pericles running in the top 10 in a Blue Flare car. It actually has got to make Blue Flare look good, too, because that team hasn't been very strong all season, and now they're seemingly picking up their stride. Next year, they might have a car that works even better than that. Hopefully they do. They right now have Roman Rahal hired on, even though I still think maybe another team will try and pick up Rahal, but I don't think so necessarily right now. But as time goes on, there's not as many rides open. But Pericles does have a ride next year, and Blue Flare might get a person. Who knows? Noah Hart's quickly working his way up the order as well. I think he's starting to pick up the fact that a lot of the championship contenders are not going to be doing well, and you've got Charlie Fabrosis with a pretty big lead right now. Noah's going to try and get as much points as he can to make sure he can guarantee himself to get a good result if, let's say, something happens at Talladega or, well, not necessarily Washington, D.C. Pretty much everyone's going to need to bring their A game there, but or at Calder is another one that can be a problem because Calder is very similar to Darlington when it comes to tire wear, we've realized. So that will be an interesting race for him. Zachary Fitzwater is going to be lapped this time. However, he's going to be with a promoter, or for a just a one-off ride for Aussie Vineyards next year. The old full-time team looks like they're going to be coming back for a race just next week, or 2 weekends from now, in Calder Park. They will be, I'm not sure if they're bringing 1 or 2 cars, so we might have a pretty big grid for Calder Park. But it's expected that Fitzwater will fill at least one of the 2 cars. Not sure who will be taking the 77 next weekend. And as we speak, we've got the first of the green flag pit stops beginning. Charlie Fabrosis is in, along with a couple of other drivers. Actually, we might have a caution. No, it's no caution. That just looks like pretty much everybody's on pit road right now. So, interesting development now. It depends on how Fabrosis had a pretty big lead coming into this, so I'm expecting Fabrosis to get a massive, massive jump here. Sean Angel on through pit stops has gained some track position over Nick Mace. Nathan McCain, Galligan gained a couple of spots, and the big loser on that pit cycle was definitely Noah Hart. Noah Hart lost a ton of spots. He went from about 6th down to 14th there. Very, very slow pit stop, and we're starting to see the S3s come up through the grid. Thaver and Nelson are. Actually, DJ Curtis is now in 13th position, so Noah Hart's got to do better if he's going to want to be a championship contender. He will be good, I believe, at the next track in Calder Park. However, I'm not sure how we'll do at Willow Springs, and Talladega and DC are going to be crapshoots, so this is the kind of track where we thought Noah would be better at, because he was very good at the Ohio Motor Speedway, and now we're seeing that he's not that good here. Well, not as good as he could be, and, well, that's going to be a problem for Noah Hart. Charlie Fabrosis has a really large lead over second position, Sean Angel. Third, Nick Mace is actually closing in on Angel a bit. 4th is going to be Galligan. 5th is going to be McCain. 6th is Pericles. 7th is Jacob Hart. 8th is Sarna. 9th is Baskinger. Good run by Baskinger. And 10th right now is DJ Curtis. Curtis needs this. He's been very strong today so far. Nick Pericles has lost a couple of spots on track. It's just good to see Blue Flare in the top 10. Hopefully next year they can get some sponsorship on that car and get them some more funding to keep them this good. Looks like further up you've got Saarinen and Jacob Hart up there. Both of which are, well, pitting right now, actually. And we're going to wait to see if the one car's next. And here they come down the back straightaway. Will the one pit? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yes, he is pitting. He kind of bumped Cavagnaro on the entrance road out of the way. And it looks like Fabrosis is going to get another pit stop here. Kind of a calm race, to be honest with you. However, after that pit stop, Fabrosis would have even a bigger lead as he's lapping all the way up to 14th position. Back there are the two Durban Sports battling. Cross is a championship contender. However, it's looking more and more bleak for Andrew Cross as the Durban Sports don't look as strong as they did at the start of the season. As we go a little further back, look at the lead he's got over Nick Mason, second position. Third place actually now is Nathan McCain. Nathan McCain could make this a 1-2 running order for the Discover Ohio Brigade. Fourth position is Jake Baskinger. Big game by Jake Baskinger. Fifth is Jacob Hart. Sixth is Sean Galligan. Seventh is Saarinen. Eighth is Angel. Angel lost a lot of position there. Ninth is DJ Curtis. And 10th right now is Nick Pericles. So that's your top 10 as of this stage of the race. Second caution of the race would happen pretty late in this one, actually. Approaching lap 70-ish, or just past lap 70-ish. Ryan Griffin would hit the wall and get turned by Charles Sanford and bring out the yellow. So, problems for him, tough break for Griffin. However, during this cycle, this caution period, Fabrosis was the only car to pit it because it looks like everybody else is going to roll the dice. Now, this might play out well for Fabrosis because literally everybody is going out for track position because it's been hard to pass on this track. Fabrosis has clearly had the fastest car of the day, and it wouldn't surprise me if he grabs another position, although Fabrosis looks like he has a problem. However, there was some more pit stops, and Fabrosis just missed it, and I never thought I'd see it, but Nick Pericles in a blue flare is leading. Green flag is out. Pericles gets off to a great start. Nathan McCain in second did not. Pericles might be a serious threat for the win here in Illinois. However, he dives immediately to the low side, and it looks like, look at McCain on the outside trying to get some run going. Let's see what's up with Fabrosis. He's back at 11th, last car on the lead lap. He's got to get going through the order, though. There's Nathan McCain. Lap car is going there. McCain's going to dive underneath Pericles. A new leader, Nathan McCain. So Blue Flare still hasn't led a full green flag lap. However, Nathan McCain takes the lead away. So far, Discover Ohio has led the majority of this race. And here comes, looks like Nick Mace wants to buy Nick Pericles. Pericles gets the wall. That could have been bad, but it turned out pretty well. Now it's up to Jacob Hart to try and catch the race leader, Nathan McCain. Jacob Hart is not a championship contender for the most part. He still is technically points-wise. A little further back, you've got Nick Mace and Sean Angel. Mace is going for the part-time championship and has a chance, especially with 2 races to go in this season. Maybe even as Willow Springs. I'm not sure. I have to look on that. But Sean Angel's doing an awesome job. Baskinger is also needing to have a good run for championship contention, and so is Galligan. These guys have been pretty strong getting up through the order, but DJ Curtis, who's the co-points leader, he needs to get through the order a little bit better if he wants a chance. He's in 7th, which is still a good position, but I don't think right now, I'm not sure if he'd be the championship leader. Maybe McCain would be. And another big thing is we're not seeing the kind of dominance out of the one car that we did early on. He's a long way down the order, 9th position, and he is struggling. Here comes Noah Hart. Noah Hart needs a good run here if he wants any chance at a championship. He needs to either do well here or do well on a road course, which he hasn't been too strong on in the past. I don't think he'll be strong on Willow Springs very much, and or do something miraculous at Talladega or DC. And right now, you got to minimize your mistakes, because I think everybody else is going to have a pretty mistake-free run here. If I do think so myself. Nick Mace, however, has been falling back like a rock now, and here comes Baskinger, and now Galligan's in fourth, trying to catch Sean Angel and Jacob Hart for third and second for that matter. Galligan could be a serious championship contender, especially if he's going back to Britain to race in touring cars next year. McCain, however, is long gone in the lead right now. Galligan's pace, however, would fall off, and now he's got Jake Baskinger all over his bumper now. And now the pack is starting to get a little bit more racy now, as we are looking at a little bit closer. Looks like Baskinger, he's going to probably want to make a move coming up soon. He doesn't have long left in this race. And Baskinger is looking, but nothing there. Nick Mace, towards the end of this race, would also get a massive charge and get by Galligan and Baskinger, and now has to try and catch Sean Angel and Jacob Hart, who's in second. Right now, Nathan McCain has been using Alan Cavagnaro as a drafting friend down the straightaways. You can get a bit of draft down the straightaways by here, but Nathan McCain has 2 laps to go, and his championship might get is probably going to get revitalized here at Gateway. I wouldn't have thought that. McCain has been top 5 in championship all season and has been relatively consistent. However, McCain really hasn't been outright fast. He won his first race at, Road Atlanta earlier in the season, and now it looks like he's going to get Gateway. Final lap coming up this time. Final lap for Nathan McCain. This is going to be a big, big win for him in the championship hunt. Jacob Hart, not a real championship contender, neither Sean Angel, really. Baskinger's the first out of the major championship contenders, unless if they can do something further back here. I don't think so, to get by Galligan. Looks like Nathan McCain's going to come off the final corner here. And Ohio wins Lowell again. Discover Ohio driver Nathan McCain wins at Illinois. So Nathan McCain wins the race. Second position is going to go to Jacob Hart. Third, Sean Angel. Fourth, Nick Mace. Fifth, Jake Baskinger. Sixth, Sean Galligan. Seventh, Saarinen. Eighth goes to DJ Curtis. Ninth position is going to go to Noah Hart. And right now, 10th position is going to go to Charlie Fabrosis. And we'll get to 11th and back in a minute. Andrew Cross gets 11th. 12th is Roman Rahal. 13th is Josh Travell. 14th is Silver Fox. 15th is Washer. 16th is Citadino. 17th is going to go to Siren. Not a very good run for his championship there. 18th is Padcar. 19th is Thaber. And 20th is going to go to RL Ryusu. We will see you. Coming up next is your points results. The results table kind of messed up there for us. We're having issues with it. So we'll show you the top 20 in points, or the points finishing results. So your full points are coming up after this, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the Round of Australia at Calder Park.